I just quit my day job in big tech to go all in on building my own apps and pursuing content full time. Ah, spooky. This is what I hope to be the first of a weekly vlog series where I can just document my process of building my company, building my startup. Hopefully these videos will be both entertaining and a little bit educational to give you a little bit of a glimpse of my journey, what it's like pursuing a startup, building apps, and building your own business. It is currently 6:55 a.m. and I woke up, worked out, showered, and I'm about to get my day started. Now that I no longer have my day job holding me down, it's just gonna be a lot of building, and I'm gonna give you an entire run through of everything that I'm building, my whole journey up until now. Let's get it. Making this decision to quit my full-time job and go all in on myself, honestly, it was really difficult. A lot of my previous videos in the past, I've always talked about how you probably should not quit your day job to go all in on trying to build a startup, because just because you can code doesn't mean going and building a startup is the same thing. They're two completely different skill sets. And I've also been a really big believer that if you really want to pursue like the app building, startup, entrepreneurship space on your own, you will find time for it to balance it as a part-time thing while still holding down your full-time job. I think I've been doing social media since 2020. I built my first app, I think, in 2021. And it's only now 4 or 5 years later that I finally decided to take that plunge and bet on myself. And the number one reason for that is because I actually finally have some financial stability such that I am now finally generating enough income from apps plus social media to pay for my life without having to worry about putting food on the table and paying for my rent or anything. And definitely a big chunk of that has been social media and brand deals, as you've seen. I have been doing a lot more brand deals as of late. I apologize. I know they can be a little annoying, but it was a necessary step to let me finally take this leap of faith on myself and finally pursue this dream with some financial stability underneath my feet. And the second major reason that I'm finally comfortable taking this leap of faith on myself is that I've proven to myself that I know how to make money on the internet. I've built 3 or 4 apps in a row that I've been able to scale them all to $2,000 to $3,000 a month of recurring revenue, all organically, no paid ads behind it at all. So I've been able to hone my skill set over the past couple of years and prove to myself like, hey, I know that I can do this part-time and I know that I can get to certain revenue goals part-time. What can I do full-time? So now it just feels like this is the most de-risked that pursuing this full-time will ever possibly be. I've also saved up around a year's worth of runway from the past year doing brand deals and social media work and all the app revenue that I've generated, such that I have one whole year that I can pay for everything without dipping into my savings. So I've really de-risked it a lot. But once again, this is just me and my personal risk tolerance. Everyone's risk tolerance is different, so you gotta see what risk tolerance is right for you. I think that there's a lot of narrative out there on the internet where they talk about you gotta burn the bridges, go all in on yourself, you can't have a backup plan. And they talk about how that's the only way to succeed. And sure, it may have worked for those people, but I think there's a lot of survivorship bias there. And no one ever hears about the people that burns all the bridges, quits everything, has no backup plan, and they end up just burning through a ton of money. And they end up just like in a worse place than they were when they actually started the business. So really, I'm a huge believer of do it slowly, do it part-time, build up that nest egg, hone your craft, hone your skill set. And only when you have a lot of data to prove that you can actually do this full-time and make a living off of it and pay for food and not have to worry about housing, then take that leap of faith. But who knows? I'm being a little preachy right now. So that's just my 2 cents. Take it or leave it. I'm just a random dude on the internet. I'm not an expert by any means at all. Sorry I made you listen to that. But on a more serious note, let me just give a little bit more context on the history of what I've been doing and exactly what I'm building. So essentially, I've been building apps part-time solo ever since 2020 or so. But then starting at the beginning of 2024, a friend of mine who goes by Meng Duck on social media, he and I decided to partner up together and just start building SaaS together, build a startup together. So we've been building together for the past year and a half, and it has largely been in the B2C space, in the consumer space. But then in June of 2025, we realized like, hey, you know, this is like kind of working with what we're doing. We were able to make a couple different apps that made, I don't know, at their peak, $2,000-$3,000 a month, which was fine, but we wanted to do something really different and try to just go into B2B and do a really big reset on our startup vision. So that's why we decided to go down the B2B realm. And ever since then, we've kind of been pivoting around in like no man's land, trying a bunch of different ideas in the B2B space. Our most recent iteration was an AI-powered open source hiring tool for startups. Ooh, sounds sexy. Well, by sexy, I mean sounds boring. B2B SaaS, HR recruiting, big market. AI, beautiful. Open source, oh my God, bend me over and smack me in the ass. That's so nice. But we realized we don't know jack shit about hiring for startups. What does that even mean? We've never done hiring for engineers and product designers or like really early hires. But But one thing we did know how to hire for is marketing talent, specifically social media marketing talent, because my co-founder, he actually has run a social media marketing agency for the past 3 years at this point. So then we decided, let's take our initial vision of this AI hiring platform for startups, but even just niche it down to be like, no, we're specifically a tool that helps startups hire social media marketing talent. And then we just took that one step further to sex it up a little bit and said, we are the AI social media recruiter. Ooh, Andreessen Horowitz, Sequoia, please give me your checks already. I'll take it. Essentially, we want to be that one-stop shop such that when any type of startup wants to start marketing on social media, you come to us. We'll help you hire the creators. We'll help you manage the creators. We'll help handling all the payouts to creators. We want to be your in-house social media marketing department. And right now, the first feature that we're building out is this creator roster, because for any type of startup to come over and wanting to hire social media marketing talent from our platform, we got to have creators on our roster ready to reach out to people to be like, yo, we have the startup, they're looking for an in-house creator. You interested in this? So that's what I'm currently focused on building out right now, just creating this pipeline, this tooling to allow candidates to come on board, connect all their social media profiles, create like a little internal profile for us to look at such that when any startup comes out and reaches out to us, we can quickly do like an AI search, AI matching through our entire candidate pool of creators and match them with whatever business is trying to market with us and onboard with us. That's enough yapping for now. I got my coffee. Let's get it. So the very first feature that we're building out right now is the ability for a creator to sign up and onboard and connect all of their relevant social media accounts, primarily TikTok and Instagram. Now, this isn't that technically challenging or sexy at all, but at the end of the day, one of the key responsibilities of a social media marketer is to find creative talent to work with. So we want to start onboarding our creators early now, rather than doing it later on when we already have a business coming to us being like, hey, give us a creator for our company. So then we're not going to be in a frenzy having to manually reach out to creators right then and there. And hopefully at that point, we'll have hundreds, if not thousands of creators already onboarded onto our platform, because we're starting our creator outreach really early. And to build this all out, we had to be working directly with the TikTok and the Instagram APIs. And I actually really hate working with these APIs just because I've worked with them in the past. And the annoying thing these platforms make you do is go through app review, where they test your app, see the different use cases of why you are using their API to make sure you're not a bad actor, which I totally understand. But I just have crazy PTSD where whenever I go through the app review process, they take days, sometimes weeks to go through and approve my app. And it just drives me insane because they find the tiniest things to nitpick on. But if I don't use the direct TikTok or Instagram API, my other option is to rely on web scraping to web scrape profiles and videos from these creators. And I understand that web scraping has a time and place for it. Sometimes it is the only solution that you have, but I try to avoid it as much as I possibly can. So instead of web scraping, we're going to work on that first party API support directly with TikTok and directly with Instagram to create that creator profile internally that we can use for our roster of creator candidates. So after grinding for many a days and well beyond just this one little video right here, I've been working on this feature for a couple of days already. Let me show you what we got. So bang, you come over here, yourb.ai, our little landing page. Join the waitlist if you're interested. Let me log into my account to show you the little test flow that I'm going through. Go through this little onboarding process, and then get the phone number, you know, the vibe, and then fill out a little onboarding as a creator, potentially getting hired by a brand. So I'm a software engineer and tech enthusiast. This will help us figure out like what niche certain candidates, certain creators are going to be in, so that we can better match them for what companies or businesses are looking for in their creators. So from that little introduction, actually, we use AI to generate a bunch of tags that we are then going to index in a searchable way. Still not sure how we're going to do this search. We're still figuring that part out, but that is coming later. Don't worry. Create the little profile. Bang. Look at that cutie. So hot. Okay. So then from here, this is what I've been working on the past couple days or so. Just having a way for creators to quickly connect their various social media accounts. So for here, for example, I want to connect my Instagram account to create that creator profile for businesses to be able to look at the creator, see their profile, see their best performing videos and all that. This is kind of be like the creator candidate landing page. Go here, say yes. So yes, Zuck, steal all my data. I love you. Okay, we'll go with that. We'll connect that account. Then we can build your portfolio here, blah, 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 blah. And likewise, you can also see that you can do that for TikTok as well if you saw that previous screen. I'm not going to go through that here. Skip it. Bang. Look at that little profile we got going on. So Nothing crazy, nothing sexy. This is not that hard to build, but it did take a lot of time. Actually, I'm going to take that back. It was a lot harder to build than I had originally thought. Just working with any third-party API, specifically like a TikTok and Meta API, have a little PTSD from it. This is some of that early foundational work so that we can start investing in building up our creator pool, our social media marketing talent pool, so that we can get off to the races and start onboarding clients and being useful to them as soon as we possibly can. So now we have that feature wrapped up, and now I'm going to submit this app to get reviewed by TikTok and Instagram to hopefully get approved by them pretty quickly. And that's just step one of this AI social media marketing person. That's kind of laying down the foundation for the hiring portion of it. But like I said, I'm trying to build an AI end-to-end social media marketing manager, So the next big part, which we think is going to be a really, really big bet, that if it works, it'll work great. If not, then it'll be kind of shitty and it'll fail. It's going to be building out a tool to actually help manage creators, like providing really good feedback on their videos, providing content inspiration. And that is going to be a whole nother project that's going to be a really, really big work stream that we're going to try to tackle next. But I'll provide more details about that next week when we actually go about and tackle it, try to figure out our game plan, and hopefully get some early signal in trying to build it all out. But hope you enjoyed this type of vlog format. I'm hoping to make this a regular thing, like a weekly video, just drop one video a week, keep my company accountable, the team accountable, to just constantly be shipping and constantly working. So hopefully you like this. Many more videos to come if you do. Thanks so much for watching. That's all I got for today. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.